Hi my sweet friends and welcome to the Soul of a Knitter. My name is Anneli Thomasson and on this channel I share how I try to live with intention, a slow and simple life close to nature in the south of Sweden and at the same time trying to make it as a knitwear designer. Welcome. Hey you guys, I just wanted to share a life lesson with you. A year ago, almost this date, it was actually the first Sunday of Advent in 2024, that we almost lost our youngest son. And that is by far the scariest thing that I have experienced in my life. I actually developed post-traumatic stress syndrome from it, PTSD. And then 3 months later, I found out that I had skin cancer, malignant melanoma. So it was tough couple of months, and I was in a really bad mental state or mental shape. I turned to my local healthcare center and asked them if they had someone I could talk to, because I felt that I needed some counseling. And they said, yes, we do, but there are a waiting list and we can contact you in about 2 to 3 months. And my first reaction was, I need to find someone else that I could talk to. But then I thought about it, and I was, having this, epiphany that even though I have someone to talk to, it's still my responsibility to make sure that I feel good. I am responsible for my own happiness. So I thought about, okay, how should I tackle this? What can I do? And I did a lot of things. I mostly went back to the way that I lived before this. When I have always, not always, but for the last 10 years, I have tried to live a slow life with intention. And so I turned back to that because I lost it in my head during this period. So I returned to that, and I will give you the one thing that made the fastest change. And that is that I stopped focusing on what I couldn't change, and I started to enjoy the small things in life. So that is what makes the biggest and fastest change made for me. Because I started to, I focused on what happened, and it was like a broken record in my head, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. But then I forced myself to, I can't change that. I have to accept what has happened, and what can I do now to turn this around? What can I do now to make myself feel better? What can I do now to make this day a little better? So I start to focus, what can I do? what gives me joy right here, right now. And that change in my head made a change in my body. And, it really did change everything, actually. I started to be thinking, okay, what can I do now? Okay, I want a cup of tea. But when I did that cup of tea, I told myself, I will not do this on autopilot. I will enjoy doing this cup of tea. I will enjoy the taste of the tea. I will feel, noticing what it feels like when the warmth of the tea reaches my belly. And that is when you do focus on those things, those small things, and you enjoy those small things, you can't put energy on the negative things. You can't put energy on what you can't change. So, this time of year is the darkest time here in the north. It's not many hours a day that we have daylight. And that is a struggle. It's a struggle for everybody. But when we focus on the darkness, it makes it even harder. We have to focus on, okay, what can I do today to make this day a little better? Well, I can lit a candle. I can sit here and knit, or whatever you want to do. You can go out for a walk or run, or pet your dog or cat or whatever you have. Bake. Do what makes you feel happy today. What can you do today to feel joy? We can't blame the darkness for being dark. So we can't change it. We have to accept. If we want to live here in Sweden, we have to accept that the winters are dark. And accept and make every day the best you can. So that is my advice to you. Don't go on autopilot. Don't put your energy on what you can't change. And focus on what you can do every day to make this day a little better. And enjoy the now, enjoy the present. That is my advice. Hi everybody, and welcome to this knitting journal or knitting part of this podcast. This is the little corner where I talk about what I have been knitting on lately. So I am wearing 2 shawls today, and the only reason for that is because I forgot to talk about this shawl in my last episode, because this is a pattern that I released. Well, it is a month ago now, I think. But this is Birka Shawl, and it is with the garter stitch and some rib and cables. And this is a fun little detail you see here, that the cables are switching place. So yeah, this is a pattern release a month ago. I have just forgotten to talk about it here on this podcast. This is knitted in svensk ull 3-ply from Fjärilsvingar. yeah, it's a big shawl. I will put some pictures up so you can see when I'm wearing it, if I haven't done that already. But I wanted to show it here. So, yes. And the other shawl that I am wearing today is a lithium shawl. It is a really fun, simple shawl with lots of garter stitch, and you have these sections where you do alternate knitting and purling. And it is a asymmetrical triangle shawl. You start here and you increase in one side. You have I-cord edge on both sides, and then you end up with a rib, 2x2 rib. So this is a shawl that I released, I think 1.5 years ago, 2 maybe, no, 1.5 I think. So yeah, I will link to both the Sporacula shawl and this shawl in the description box below. And I will link to all of the patterns that I'm talking about that I can link to. Since I am designing myself, there is no pattern yet for a lot of them. So, but the patterns that I can link to, I will. Also, there is a link to my Instagram account and my Ravelry store. And yeah, I always forgot to say please like and subscribe. That means a lot. So yeah, now I have done that. I think all the admin. But yeah, everything is in the description box below. Just click more and it will appear. Yeah, it has been a lot of knitting, but a lot of knitting behind the scenes, things that I can't show you yet. But I do have 2 finished objects that I want to share with you. The first one is my second Birka Shawl. A lot of shawls today. This is Birka Shawl, and this is the little, not the largest size. It's a little larger than my last one, but the big difference is that I have used a thicker yarn. So in the pattern, you will be able to use fingering or sport weight or DK weight yarn or worsted or anything else you like. You can use the same pattern. It's you just change the thickness of the yarn and the needle size and the gauge. So this starts here, and you start knitting stripes, and then you add dots. So it's hard to show because it's kind of big, so it's hard to show in the camera. You end with ribbing, and this one is knitted up with the yarn Cumbria from the Fiber Co. as the main color, and I have used the color Hollyberry or CU230. And for the contrast color, I have been given from Spin Cycle Yarns their Dream State, and this is the color Ghost Ranch. So this is what they look like. I don't have that much from the Cumbria left, as you can see, and it's a little hard to, when this is wound up, it's a little hard to show the colors. But you can see it in the shawl, and they are just gorgeous, I think. And I think it's very good looking with that Cumbria yarn in the color Hollyberry. So it's really squishy and cozy. And this is being test knitted right now. I do have a lot of test knitters from Sweden. I would like to have a couple of more test knitters that are not Swedish speaking persons. The pattern is written in English, and I think it's always a good idea to have, you know, people from different corners of the world, because we read it differently, and I think it's a good idea to have, you know, different language. It doesn't have to be English speaking. You can be German or Dutch or Italian or whatever, French, any language. But I think I would like to have a couple of more test knitters that are non-Swedes. So if you're interested, please go to my Instagram account. You find the link below, and send me a message on Instagram. Yeah. That was my first finished object. I will say on this, I used needle 5 millimeters. On the one that I don't have here, but that is in the yarn dyed in the wool together with Finull from Rauma, I used needle 3.75. So that is, let me just check. 3.75 is a US 5, and 5 millimeters, as I used for this one, is a US 8. So, yes. I have also made a new thing you have not seen before. So this is a hat. So I knitted this hat as a little experiment. I have started up here with a Judy's, no, what is Judy's Magical Cast On? Is that how it is? You do it a lot in socks when you're doing it from the toe up. But I think it's Judy's Magic Cast On. Yeah, I did that up here, and then I have increased in ribbing pattern, and I made this cables down here. So the increases come from the cable. This one was a little, I did first, I did this little, the twists, I did a little more narrow and then a little farther apart, and that was not an intention. So it's not how it's supposed to look, but I will knit another one, and I will see how it will turn out. So this is just my first prototype, but I think it was kind of fun to knit from the top down, I must say, and increase in the ribbing pattern like this and have the cables. I think it's good looking. And the yarn that I have been using is Pernilla from Filcolana. I don't have the label, but the color is, let me see, number 822. And I had 2 balls of this. So I held this double together with this, is it silk mohair? Yes, it's 70% mohair and 30% silk. So this is Angel from Permin. And this color is 884139. So 2 strands of this and 1 strand of this. And I used needle 5.5 millimeters, and that is US 9. Yeah, as I said, I will knit at least one more, maybe more, so that I can be sure to that it is correct, and then I will probably do a test call. But I'm sorry, Luna is barking. There is a car on the street, so she is barking, so I had to pause. Yeah, I think she's finished now. But yeah, that was my finished objects. I have 2 works in progress that I can show you. The first one is, you have seen before. It is the scrappy sweater that I am knitting for my son, who is turning 18 now in the middle of December. So I do need to hurry up a little. So I have made these yarn balls, and this is what I have left. I have just tied the yarn together, and then I have knitted, and it will turn out the way it turned out. I don't put any energy in the design process in this one. It's a scrappy project. So this is how far I have gotten. I have now knitted both sleeves, and I am on the body, and I will knit as far as I have yarn, and then I will see if I need to make it a little longer. I do have this yarn that I used for the ribbing parts. I will do for the hem as well, and maybe I will do a little more if I need it to be a little longer. So I will end with this one. The pattern I am using is No Frills Sweater from Petite Knit. The modification I made was for the color. I'm knitting size, I think large. I think it's the 4th size. I don't know. I think it's large. But I did cast on for the smallest size for the neck, and then I increased the number. In the first round, I increased to the correct number for the large size before I started the increases, the raglan increases. So yeah, I need to make this, I need to finish this one so that I can gift this to him when it is his birthday. So the needles I am using is 4 millimeters, and that is US 6. I have also started a new pair of Fjärilsvingar Socks. I have not knitted that far. The yarn I am using is Sisu from Samnes Garn, and this is how far I got. So I made the toe in a different color, and then the sock will be in this color. And this is, let's see, the color 2572. There we go. And this is also sisu from Sandnes Garn that I've used for the toe, and I will use it for the cuff. But I don't have the ball band, so I don't know the color of this one. I will have to do some research on what the color is. So, and if you don't know Fjärilsvingar, I released a pattern this summer with a it's a cable yoke, but not in the cables. You make cables, but without the purl stitches in between. So it's not a cable that goes straight down. It's more like you do the cables a little searching for words. Well, you do only the cable, so it's this, you make this, you can see here, this, you don't have the purl stitches, so. And Fjärilsvingar means butterfly wings, and I thought it looks a little like butterfly wings. So I did that sweater pattern this summer, or I released it this summer, and now I have started to make socks with the same pattern. So, and I did one sock before, I wasn't really happy, so now I'm doing a new version of it. Yeah. Well, that was everything I wanted to talk about today. Yeah. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and wishing you the best. Take care of yourself. Bye.